All right, greetings, Kiss Nation, and welcome to the Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park watch along live stream. And sorry for the weird cutout on the last uh, stream I did. Um, as soon as I hit go live for the stream, everything went to shit. Um, my I told you my hard drive acted up, and then my computer, crashed. So I had to, start this whole thing up all over again. So what we're doing is we are uh, what we're doing is a watch along of a fan edit of Kiss Me Phantom of the Park, and I've invited in my head and Kiss Army things, and the reason I've invited Kiss Army things is because he's doing fan edits of the movie on his channel, so I figured who better to invite than the guy who's doing fan edits of his. It's really radical. Hey, how you doing, Israeli girl? Welcome. We're not going to be watching the movie yet. We're waiting for the guests to show up. So in the meantime, uh, we're just kind of waiting around. But there is kind of some I doing good. That's cool. So am I. So have you seen any Kiss shows on the tour lately? Because I plan on going to see them on the tour before they go up to Madison Square Garden, which I'm seeing them through that pay per view thing. What about you? Okay, what you're watching the stream at Madison Square Garden also? That's cool. Rock on. Cool, Ray. That's cool. Hey, Chow girl, how you doing? Yeah, you saw them in 2019 in Toronto first, then you saw the Dubai concert. That's cool. I saw the Dubai concert also. Ray, saw that also. I thought it was okay. I mean, there was some things that I thought were weird, like the lyric censors were weird, but all in all, it was a cool concert. You're doing good. Cool. So am I. All right. So while I have some time, I'm gonna Excuse me. Plus, you're playing Detroit City with a bunch of music students for a show coming up. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so when it's time to do the watch along, I'm going to be posting a link in the chat so you can watch along with us. I don't know. Okay. So that was in my head. So he might be a bit delayed. Um, so right now we're just kind of waited out until he gets here. Because I'm not starting the movie without him. I just wanted to make sure everything was all set up and ready to go for when he does get on board. But since we're going to be watching Phantom of the Park, I will ask this question: how many of you guys have seen Kiss Me, Phantom of the Park? Doesn't matter if it was the TV version or Attack of the Phantoms. How many of you guys have seen Kiss Me, the Phantom? You've seen it a bunch of times. You watch it every year for the anniversary. Nice. We're kind of doing that like a little later. We're kind of doing something like extra special for Kiss Me, the Phantom. So it's kind of glad that you're here to be a part of it, Ray. Yeah, sure. No problem, Ray. No problem. You've seen the movie also, Ace Frehley Girl. All right, that's cool. Was it the TV version or Attack of the Phantoms? All right. I mean, I'm not like I believe that this fan edit of the movie like is a combination of both the TV version and Attack of the Phantoms in one. That's that's kind of my understanding of the fan edit. I have never seen this at all, so this will kind of be like oh, it's like it's just the movie. Okay, so no real specific version. Okay, cool. That's cool. Anyways, but I believe that the this fan edit has taken stuff from uh, Attack of the Phantoms, which is the movie, which is the version they try to put in theaters, and there's Kiss Meets the Phantom, the TV version that has all that cheesy '70s Hanna Barbera music, and so I'm kind of thinking that this is kind of like the best of both worlds. Now, like I've been saying, I've never seen the fan edit of this movie, so this is kind of be like a first impressions on what they've added, probably what they've improvised, not improvised, but kind of like what they've done to the movie. Oh, right, you've seen the fan edit? All right, cool. No spoilers, man. No spoilers, because I know nothing about this version, and I want to be spoiler free about this movie. Like I know Kiss Me as a Phantom as it is originally, but this is kind of like probably seeing it in a different way. All right, cool. One of them is going to be right. Yes, exactly, exactly. Yes. I mean, yeah, we're just kind of at this point we're just kind of waiting on in my head on when he's going to show up because he's like I said he's a little late for uh, reasons. I'm not going to get into that. That's his business, not mine to say out here. We're just so right now we're just kind of waiting because like I said I'm not going to get the movie going until he shows up. Like if I knew that he would be delayed, I would have kind of grabbed like that intermission thing. But I used to have. Excuse me again, guys. Sorry. But then I wouldn't know how long the intermission would last. So I mean, all right. So Ray, I'll ask you another question about Kiss on their recent tour. Uh, have you seen them like on their recent leg of the End of the Road tour? Because I know I will. I'll be seeing them in person. I'll be seeing them on the pay per view also. But have you seen them at all on their current leg of a tour? Oh, you haven't? All right. I mean, Kiss is like currently in Canada, and you told me you saw them in Canada in 2019. So I mean, so perhaps you can see them in Canada again, where that's where they are now. Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. That would be kind of hard. I get you. I get you. I'm pretty sure like Kiss has played right. I'm pretty sure Kiss has played in Newfoundland before. Okay. All right. Like, am I correct at saying that the Kiss has played in your part of the world? They've played there because they played in a lot of places. So I guess kind of figured, that like your part of the world might have been like, one of the places that they've played in. All right, cool. All right. Outdoor was that like um all right. So they came to your part of the world 3 times. All right. Interesting. Interesting. I they rarely come to my part of to where I am. And like the last time they did, it was in 2016. Well, no, it was part of the End of the Road tour in 2019 and in 2020. So that was like the last time I could, actually see them in my area. I was so like, no, 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 I didn't come here for Left Out in 16, but it was on the End of the Road tour, and the only place they're coming that's actually close to my area is Baltimore, and that's the way it goes. I guess they can't actually come back to my area for one of the final 50. It sucks, but it's the way it goes. Because honestly, I would have loved it if they could, come back and play, where I saw them for the first time in 2016. That would have just kind of, been like perfect. Uh, so the last time they came to your area was for the Monster Tour. Okay. Well, that kind of makes sense because, like, in the 2010s, they were really doing like a whole lot of European tours, not a whole lot of like state tours. The one state tour they did was Freedom to Rock tour, and that was kind of the tour I saw them on for the first time, and it was kind of like, yeah, it was a sizable crowd, but they weren't selling places out. Once they did the Kiss World tour in 2017, they were those stadiums were being sold the fuck out, and it was like a huge difference to in my opinion, it was a huge difference to what it was on the Freedom to Rock tour. Because my show on the Freedom to Rock tour, yeah, it was a sizable crowd, but it didn't look like it was sold out. All right, I mean, okay, I mean, I don't know how long I have to, I'm gonna have to stall it out. So, I'm trying to be patient. I don't want to have the show proceed without him. But at some point, I have to kind of like tell him like, you know, hey, I'm live. I have to get it going. So I'm not sure, I would really hate to do that do this without him because it would just suck really. The idea was to do this with other fans and have this be like a whole part of the whole Kiss fandom here on YouTube. That was like at least my idea of the whole thing. Because I have like a watch along of Mista Fandom, have a watch along with Exposed, Extreme Close Ups, Confidential, Kiss My Ass, uh, you know, Animalize, Unplugged, and like a bonus one that kind of like to throw curveballs in here once in a while. Kiss Forever Band Live and Loud, that DVD of Live and Loud. Um, you know, yeah. Um, I got stuff to do tomorrow morning also, Ray. So we'll see what happens. If I got to do it solo, then I got to do it solo. Oh, hey, Kiss Freak, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Or I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just waiting on a guest so we can get this watch along going. Oh, okay. Agree with me. Also, wish Kiss performed where I'm at, but I also, but I would, but I wish Kiss tickets wasn't expensive. I mean, I I agree that I wish Kiss performed in other places. I mean, and yeah, I do agree that I wish Kiss tickets weren't expensive. So yeah, I do agree with you on that. Kiss Freak, was that a question you have for me, or is that just a question you have for the chat? Because for me, I've seen him like a grand total of three times. Twice in 2019, once in 2020. I guess twice if you count the Dubai concert. And oh, for me, okay. Well, yeah, I've seen him twice in 2019, once in 2020, well, I guess twice if you count the Dubai stream. And I'm going to be seeing them again in Baltimore. I paid for the Madison Square Garden pay per view. So yeah, I've I'll be seeing him a bunch of times on this tour. Yeah. So still waiting on In My Head. Um he's stuck in traffic. I feel comfortable saying that. He's stuck in traffic. Shit like that happens when you least expect it. Um so I I can hold off and for like, for a bit and until I get, like the word. until I get like the word, that you know, but he's able to show up. Um, we'll get started, and if he's not able to do it, then we'll try to proceed. And how many people will be around? We'll see what happens. I mean, yeah, like I didn't expect for my computer to crap out, and had to redo this whole stream. And it's cool. I get it. I've been stuck in traffic loads of times, so I get it. It's a pain in the ass. You have a question for me? Uh, how long have I been a Kiss fan? I've been a Kiss fan since 2008. Um, I got into the band when I first heard the song "Calling Doctor Love." My dad had my dad has Greatest Kiss and Kiss Live. I um have it right here on the table. It was like an iPod that looks similar like to this. Um, it had like all of his music, and it had Kiss, Alive, and Greatest Kiss, and I just like listened to Calling Doctor Love on repeat because that was like to me that was like the coolest song I've ever heard. And when I got Kiss albums on my own, I started out with Alive 2, Alive 3, and then when I first purchased with my own money was Smashes, Scratches, and Hits. Then as time went on, I got the '80s non-makeup albums like Animalize, Asylum, Crazy Nights, Revenge, Hot in the Shade. You know, you've been a fan since '82. Nice. The Creatures era. That's a nice era. Because like Eric Carr was like a really solid drummer. Like that was like that's kind of like why I love the Eric Carr era a lot. Because like Eric Carr was like the first. That was like the first piece of video I ever watched was with Eric Carr and Ace Frehley. That Sydney show was so fucking cool. However, like I've always given the Kissology version so much shit because they did a terrible job with God of Thunder. They didn't even use it. Um, they only have like the drum solo and the end of a song, and that's it. But if you get like the Kiss Vision DVD, yeah, you don't get the bass solo or the drum solo, but you at least have the song. So in my opinion, I feel like that's better, kind of. Like personally, I kind of feel like their Kiss needs to release a version of that show with the bass solo and the drum solo, so that way the whole show is in one piece. Maybe that should be like an idea for one of their off the soundboard ideas. But I would like that in video, not in soundboard. because Gene, um, if you've seen the bass solo for that Sydney show, Gene flew straight across for the flying thing, not straight up. Your first Kiss concert was in Charlotte of '85. That's cool. I mean, I I believe I have that show in audio form. There's a lot of Kiss shows I have in audio form and in video form. It's kind of hard for me to keep up with how many shows I have because the collection keeps on growing. It's an ever growing collection. But it's cool you saw them on like the Asylum tour. That's a interesting tour because like of how they looked at the time. Especially Gene, because like Gene was having it rough throughout the '80s. I would say his first attempt of looking normal was Hot in the Shade, because me and Kasari things were discussing this in one of our videos together, and we agreed that he looked okay in Hot in the Shade, and that set list for Hot in the Shade was awesome. Oh, sweet, 50 shows, nice. Yeah, the older Kiss fan crowd gets around to see a lot more shows than someone my age who only has to kind of wait to see Kiss when they come to their area. And I'm in an area where Kiss rarely comes to, which is like, oh shit. That's my take on it. Like I'm in an area where Kiss rarely comes to. They've only come to my area like like I don't even know how many times they've come to the area. I know that they've come to my area for the reunion tour. They came to it for Freedom of the Rock, and they came to it for End of the Road tour. But since then, I don't know how many times they've come over to it. All right, that's cool. Yeah, I mean that's cool. I mean your birthday's in December also. That's cool. Mine's also in December. You've been a fan since 2014 and 15. All right, cool. Hey, I mean, like, doesn't matter if you came on late. What matters is you're a fan. and it must be, some serious traffic. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know if Summer Things is going to be showing up or not. If he doesn't, that's fine. He can watch the replay. What is my favorite album from Kiss of all times? That's a tough one. Um, hmm. Well, that's a good question. I would probably, and I would got me thinking here. I would probably go with Rock and Roll Over. It's got a lot of classic Kiss songs, like obviously Doctor Love. We got Ladies Room, Mr. Speed, um, Hard Luck Woman, um, Baby Driver, which is the Peter Criss song, which kicks so much ass. It's an awesome '70s Kiss album. I'll listen to it more when I listen to Destroyer. Great album. Yeah, it's like honestly, I listened to the second six albums more than the first three. Like the second three albums more than the first three Kiss albums, because that's basically what Alive 2 is. Shout It Out Loud, Beth, Love Gun, Shock Me, you know, Dr. Love, Making Love, Rocket Ride, Larger Than Life. That was, to me, that was the intro for me that got me into Kiss on my own. Were those albums? What's yours? Destroyer. Uh, Tell me when you saw Kiss, and I'll tell you when I saw Kiss. Uh, I've seen Kiss plenty of times. I saw Kiss at Richmond at 2016. I've seen them in 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 Bristow, 2019, Virginia Beach, 2019, Charlottesville, 2020, and yeah, I, that's kind of where I'm at seeing Kiss. What is my thoughts on the Elder? Um, I don't outright hate the Elder. I think it's a good album. Um, I like it. It sounds really cool. I like a lot of the songs, especially Under the Rose, because to me, um, I've said this in one of the milestone reviews I did when I was covering Kiss albums, which are not going to be uploaded until this channel hits the same milestone. I said in the Elder review I did that Under the Rose, the chorus sounds like something you would hear out of the Lord of the Rings movies, and it sounds really cool. I like Mr. Blackwell, which is like to me kind of like a demon ish type of song that Kiss would do. I like I do love the fact that in 2017 for the Kiss Cruise they brought that out and made it like the ending song where Paul would smash the guitar. It's a very unusual song for them to close the set with, and a very interesting song for Paul to smash the guitar on. Then again, on Kiss Cruise 5, he smashed his guitar to Christie in 16. So on Kiss Cruise he'll smash the guitar on some random song. But no, I don't hate the Elder. I think it's a cool album. The one Kiss album that I'm not that big of a fan on is Carnival of Souls. Mostly because it was once again Kiss following a trend with grunge after making a solid album with Revenge, and yeah, I do like certain songs off of Carnival of Souls, but as a whole, it just doesn't do it for me. That's kind of that's my take on those two albums. Yeah. Yeah, it's like Carnival's like I do enjoy listening to some songs off of Carnival Souls, like Master and Slave kicks ass. Hate is another good song, but through and through, like I'll skip songs more than I'll listen to them. Like Childhood's End. Nope, I won't listen to that one. But like if anything, I'm listening to that album just to listen to Master and Slave, and that's it because that album ain't doing it for me. And not only that, it doesn't. That album does not have the iconic Kiss sound. All it has is the grunge sound. People don't like the Elder, but at least the Elder has the iconic Kiss sound to it. So yeah, I mean, no, I enjoy The Elder. But what I don't like is leaving you guys hanging for this long and like saying we're going to see the movie and having to wait this long. I'm sorry about this, guys. Oh, we might have something. What is my thoughts on Ace and Peter not playing Madison Square Garden show? Uh, I kind of saw that coming. I I had no real high hopes that they would play the show, although I kind of low key thought it would be cool if they would play with them. But in my mind, I kind of figured there's no way that Paul would let them come anywhere near the stage with Tommy and Eric. So when I did that Kiss topic, saying Paul just just really shut that idea down, it's like I saw that coming. It's like because there haven't because if you remember back in 2019, Paul kind of said that former members are open to show up to the end of the road tour dates. He said that back at the beginning, like promoting the tour, but there hasn't been a, a surprise show up by Bruce. I guess a lot of fans were kind of thinking that, but there hasn't really been anything. There hasn't really been anything that people were getting into. Like, there's no surprise visit by Bruce. Ace and Peter haven't really been that involved. Although Ace was trying so hard to get back in the band to be a part of the end of the road tour. Although it didn't really work out for him. Yeah, oh my god, the original four was so fucking hostile. Like right now, like uh, they're reusing what Paul said about Ace on the Howard Stern show, and Ace is using that as ammo and using it against Paul for his album, saying it's going to make him look like an imbecile. So it's like, uh, I mean, it's like, see, with all that going on, it's like there is no way that this is gonna happen, and it isn't. And yeah, I mean, to be quite honest, Ray, it's like the tour has gone along fine as the current lineup is. Like, Tommy, Eric, Paul, and Gene. It's doing well as is. I don't really think Paul wants to mess it up by bringing on a former member on stage, even though as fans we all like Ace, we all like Peter, we all like the original four guys, but if we all know what happened back in 2000 and on the farewell tour with those two with those guys, they were not getting along whatsoever, and that's kind of what made them kind of split. And I got a message from in my head saying he's not going to be able to show up. He wants to try this again tomorrow. So let me just let me just re name this to all right. It's gone from a watch along stream to a hangout stream where we're just chilling, talking about Kiss and all that stuff. Which means don't need this, and I don't need this. Yeah, I mean it works for me. I mean, I wouldn't call you a fake fan just because you like the current lineup, but you know the internet does what the internet does. But I'll tell you this, Ray. When I first came on to YouTube back when I was a teenager and was talking about the current lineup, um, I was kind of in, invoking an angry mob of people telling me that basically the same stuff. But now it's like things are different. There's a lot more people that are liking the current lineup of Kiss because they've been around and doing this for a while. And I've been doing this for a while also. So, people know my opinions that I have on Kiss. And it's like the people that that poke shit about current Kiss, they're not going to the shows. And they're just trying to, be assholes. Although not everyone is, under that umbrella. Like Almost Human is not under that umbrella because, he doesn't like Current Kiss, but he's not making fans who appreciate Current Kiss feel bad unless um, they're giving him shit, which I don't approve of that at all. You saw Kiss and Scooby Doo Rock and Roll Mystery? Cool, not a bad movie, but it's actually what I feel of that movie, which that's part of what we're doing in these watch along stuff. I didn't say that, but we're doing, Scooby Doo Rock and Roll Mystery. We're doing also Detroit Rock City for like the grand finale um, of movies. Um, but yeah, I mean, what is my thoughts on Sonic Boom? Love it. When I first heard back in '09 that Kiss was coming up with a new album, I was on that shit like nothing else. I was super excited that Kiss was coming up with a new album at the time, and it's an awesome album. It's cool. I love it. Like Sonic Boom and Monster are probably like as far as current lineup goes, it's two awesome solid albums. What are my thoughts of them being accused of lip syncing? I don't care. I mean, I've made several topics videos on the subject, and I honestly don't care. I've seen him on tour loads of times on this on them, and I personally do not care about that because you know to me if I mean because I think we're talking about this, it doesn't honestly it doesn't really bother me because I can tell when Paul isn't using the tapes. I mean, and I feel like he's using them on songs where he can no longer sing. But I've noticed on this tour he's not been using them as much, like because on some songs like they sound more rougher than normal. So it's like I can tell that he's backing off using them and he's doing it on his own. So it doesn't really matter to me because with or without them, like it's still Kiss and it's still cool. All right. Yeah, I agree. The Kiss fandom is a lot less harder than it was before you got. Okay, cool. What about you, Kiss Freak? What are your thoughts on them being accused of lip syncing? Does it does it matter to you, or or what? bands like Motley Crue are doing that also. Okay, I mean, I know Almost Human talked about that in like his the news, but the only news that matters stuff. I mean, hold up. All right. I mean, sorry about that, guys. Emma had wanted to know what we were going to be doing tomorrow. So let me get to what Kiss Freak said. It doesn't matter to me. I will always be a Kiss fan no matter what. Well, that's cool. That's cool. But like you said about Motley Crue, like, are they doing it? Like, is it blatantly obvious that Motley Crue is doing it? Because like with Paul, yeah, it was kind of blatant at first because like there are so many videos of him getting like caught red-handed. To me, like, which I mean, I kind of thought was funny, but over time, like um, he didn't do it as much. Like there were songs where he did it; it was half and half, like the Rock City. Then there's like "Do You Love Me," which I believe for certain he is not lipping whatsoever. Um, then you got Psycho Circus, which for a time, a brief moment in time in 2022, he didn't lip it whatsoever. It was 100% live, and I was like, "Well, shit, that's impressive." And it's like, I I got to give him credit for that. And Making Love when they did it in Tokyo, it wasn't lipped. It was played live, all the way live. Um, so there's moments in the set where he isn't doing it, so it's cool. And the Kiss Cruise, well, obviously for the deep stuff, they're not gonna tape the deep stuff. So he's playing that, and obviously with this stuff, I think he's more live on the Kiss Cruise than he is on a main stage. And since we're talking about this, I feel like I think he's that way on a Kiss Cruise because uh, smaller venue, uh, and honestly, because of a smaller venue on a Kiss Cruise, his voice sounds absolutely better on their ship than in the stadium. I don't know if anyone has noticed that, but he sounds better on the ship than he does in the stadium. I mean, it's like I want to know what you guys think about that. I mean, like, have you been able to tell a difference, like, with Paul's voice in the Kiss cruise ships versus him versus his voice in a stadium? Well, I mean, while I'm on here, I will be saying uh, I plan to make the Kiss My Chilean Ass review. Hopefully this week. I was um, since we're doing the watch along of Phantom tomorrow. I'm hoping to get that listening to the album. Then like I listened to it like a few times. Then I'm hoping to have a review made probably maybe by the end of the week. I don't know. I mean, like I've had a lot going on, but I am hoping to get that review made this week. Well, I mean, uh, I've I feel like I should, wrap this thing up. Uh, this has kind of, been fun, kind of chatting with you guys. We be, will I be posting any will I be posting any audio shows from this tour? Dude, there haven't really been any audio concerts for me to post from this tour, except from, the South American shows and Birmingham and Amsterdam. Like people are kind of are slacking on posting, audio of the final 50, which is kind of odd. And I've been checking, man. I've been checking, but mostly what I've been doing is, is compiling video clips into for the final 50, and just trying to, archive their final performances on my channel that way, because there's no audio concerts of these shows at all. So got to do it that way. So, like, does anyone else have like a something they want to ask before I wrap this up? I mean, it's been fun chatting with you guys. It's been fun doing a live stream. I haven't done a live stream in years, literal years. I'm trying to get back into doing live streams. Just not those Kiss music live streams here on YouTube. I'm trying to find a way for me to do those again. I'm probably gonna have to redirect you guys to another channel of mine, so I can do those again. Because I'm pretty sure you guys missed those types of streams, and I'm trying to, bring those back, but I can't bring them back here on YouTube. Um, because they keep updating their rules, and it's like I am trying to, find a way for me to, bring those back, and I'm thinking I'm going to have to go outside of YouTube to bring those back, and I'm going to have to redirect you guys to there, to wherever I'm hosting that stream. I'm going to have to redirect you there, but I'll let you know when I figure that out. But for right now, this has been fun. Uh, been fun getting to stream here on YouTube again. I haven't done that in a while. Been cool chatting with you guys. Cool chatting with Kiss Freak. Cool chatting with Ray. Haven't done that in a while. And tomorrow, if all goes according to plan, I'll be seeing you guys for the Kiss Meets the Phantom watch along. Until then, later.